The draft Illuminati was acting a little weird when it came to the Wake Forest film, but Voch will hold you down. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Today we're talking about Caelen Carson, 5th round cornerback from Wake Forest, Dallas Cowboys 5th round pick. And listen, man, you know, I kind of like the idea that every year we just throw darts at corner just to kind of figure something out, you know. And you know, yeah, we do miss heavy sometimes. We miss on Nashawn Wright or whatever, right? You know, Michael Jackson is another guy that you miss on, but every now and then you'll hit on Deron Bland, right? So I think we still trying to figure out Eric Scott and what he's going to bring to the table. We really have no clue at this point, but I'll tell you what, I think Caelen Carson is going to be a dude that's going to be a hit because he's got a ton of athleticism. He has a ton of coverage ability. He's got ball skills. He does end up in them situations where, you know, he's got to like find the football while covering somebody. But if he can see you and see the football, then most likely he's nabbing the football. In this instance, I think he'll be really good at like getting picks or like playing zone coverage or, you know, things like that. But I think you can develop him because he has great man instincts, but finding the football in the air. Take a look at this, right? He's in coverage here, but right now he has eyes on quarterback. And if he got eyes on quarterback and he's just going to track the football the whole way, then he can do stuff like that, like snatch the football out of the air. And on his DallasCowboys.com interview, he talked about playing wide receiver once before. So we know about those DBs that have played wide receiver once before. They end up being turnover magnets. Now, I think this play right here is where you're going to really get a good idea of Caelen Carson in a nutshell here. Just take a look at him here down at the bottom of your screen. He's going to read the bubble and flop. Oh my goodness, Don DeMarco. Hey man, that's who the kid is. He plays physical. I think he really takes the job of corner seriously, right? Pardon me, I tell you this, he takes defender serious because if you know you can take corner seriously, but you may be one of them Dion kids be like, hey man, if I cover real well, maybe I ain't got to tackle. There's no softness in him. So with this, you know, length that he has and his athletic ability that he has and the smartness that he has and his awareness and him being able to come down and thump people like this, I think this is why Zimmer was probably pounding the table on getting Caelen Carson in particular. And Caelen Carson was a dude that I saw constantly ranked, you know, late thirds. He was ranked early fourths, maybe a guy that was in the 110 range, 120s or whatever. But man, being able to get him at like 170, whatever it was, 178, 174, fantastic. Take a look at him at the bottom of the screen here, playing through the receiver to the football. If you're a cornerback, you have rights to the football as well. The pixelation monster going to get us right here. I am sorry, but the Wake Forest draft Illuminati people was kind of getting a little funny with their film, but I'm gonna hold y'all down. Hey, look, playing out of the slot, carrying a receiver, getting your eyes back to the backfield, making a play on the football, and that's a constant theme you're going to see here. He had 8 passes broken up last year and 7 passes broken up the year before. Just another example here. He's in zone coverage, like maybe like a deep third or something like that. And you know, we know Zimmer plays a lot of that match 7, but Zimmer has come out and said that, hey, I kind of want to be ambiguous, coming down, thumping the hell out of somebody's son right here for no apparent reason. Zimmer wants to be multiple. Zimmer wants to be ambiguous, right? He doesn't want his defense to be figured out as I just played this hit on a loop for no reason here. Man, you can't teach physicality, man. And there was a point in the Cowboys' tenure where we felt like we were getting a little soft at the cornerback position because we wouldn't come down and tackle. Well, if we talk about this draft and what the possible theme of this draft is, it's getting tougher. We're getting tough at the end. So these outside runs, you know, we can be a little tougher at them. We're getting tougher in the middle. We're getting tougher from the cornerback spot. We're getting tougher on the offensive line. Just toughness all day, every day. And if you have a safety that's willing to turn himself into a missile, then you're good to go. We got some one-on-one clips right here. Just wanted to show y'all a few of them, and we'll let the film do one more loop while I just have a little conversation with y'all. Man, listen, man, you know, there's a lot of people that may have reservations about this draft because, you know, they're picking from their board, but you got to pick from the Cowboys' board. And we know the Cowboys are looking to get physical and they're looking to get bigger. Man, Caelen Carson was a guy. I kind of saw him in passing a good little bit, and I had to watch some YouTube clips to really get my analysis of him. You know, but just me having to rewatch him as a Cowboy, because it hit a little different when you watch film on somebody as a Cowboy than when you're watching them as a something else. You know what I'm saying? And being able to just watch Caelen Carson and visualize him in the Cowboys defense. That's where draft evaluation really starts to hit different. You know, if you grade Caelen Carson for all 32 teams, then yeah, he'll probably be a late 3rd round pick, early 4th round pick. Getting him in the 5th is a steal. But when you think about what the Cowboys like, and you think about what the Cowboys are lacking, that's what I want y'all to really think about here, right? I didn't say this on my Marshawn Nealon video, but I should have. But I just, you know, thought of this thought process a little bit ago. You have to visualize these players when you're watching the film. You have to visualize these players with stars on their helmet to really get a good idea of what's going on. And you don't want any, you know, deficiencies. You want to be Teflon on defense, or at least as Teflon as possible. And think about this, man. Think about this. There was actually a point in time where you couldn't run the football up the middle on the Cowboys. You couldn't run the football to D-Law's side. So what teams ended up doing is they would end up pinning whoever the right defensive end was, and they would run right at our will linebackers. They would run at our backside safeties, and they would run at our corners. And Trey Diggs didn't want them problems. You know, guys like Damone Clark, man, Damone Clark did fine, man. He did fine, but you want Damone Clark to be better. When teams ran sweeps to those back sides, the physicality was just different. The physicality was so different. The physicality was so different that like they made Micah Parsons play that side just so we can get a little more physical there. Caelen Carson is going to get in your face at the line of scrimmage just like this. He's going to put hands on you. I'll give you a quick rewind here. He's going to get in your face at the line of scrimmage, get physical with you at the line of scrimmage. He's going to get physical with you when the ball is in the air. And when you catch the ball, if you catch the ball, he's going to come down and thump you. And look, he got tackles versus running backs versus tight ends, wide receivers, whatever you want. There's even some pretty good footage of him blitzing, and maybe he didn't always get the sack, but he would come down and thump on somebody whether he got to him or not. So I'm super excited at the idea of Caelen Carson being a Cowboy, and just at some point we're gonna have a live stream on this, so I don't want to talk too much about it. But how is the depth chart affected, right? How are the cornerbacks on this roster going to adapt to Caelen Carson being here? Who's gonna get pushed off a bridge and who's gonna be around? I think those are all they're all valid questions here. They're all valid questions. But at the end of the day, I think this pass rush is going to be fine, because you're always going to have Micah there, and you're going to have the supporting pass rush cast. I would love for us to add some more pass rushes to the cast, but like I said, Cowboys across their road whenever the post-June stuff happens, the post-June 1st stuff and all that happens. But man, if you have a pass rush to pair along with Deron Bland, who's ball hawk guy, to pair that with Trey Diggs, who's ball hawk guy, now you take Caelen Carson, who's another long physical ball hawk guy. Hey man, this defense could be a little different. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I love you to pieces. Like I said, pardon the grainy film, man, but Wake Forest wanted to be tripping on us a little bit. Y'all hold it down. Till next time, man. I'll tap in with y'all on the Patreon, man. Salute.